And we're live. So welcome back.
It's great to be back. It's been a while.
It has been a while, but, and this is going to lead into tonight, is even though we haven't been here, we've still been busy.
We've been doing lots of videos, actually.
Yeah. So besides, because everybody knows I'm in Melbourne. So besides the earthquakes and the riots and the siege on the Shrine of Remembrance, and we'll all keep our personal opinions to the side. If anybody knows me on Facebook knows how I feel.
Queensland's been boring in comparison, really.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad enough that we had the earthquake, but let's just chuck in riots as well.
Exactly. And for overseas viewers, earthquakes in Australia are extremely rare. It's absolutely front page news, even if it's just minor. And this was quite a substantial one for Australia at 5.9. Oh, yes, right. So Natalie's got a bit of a train going past at the moment. So I think the last time there was an earthquake of this magnitude was about 30 years ago in Newcastle. So give you an idea, in places like the Caribbean, I think they get a couple a year along those lines. So it's been quite bad by Australian standards to get a 5.9 earthquake.
Yeah. Well, I was in Sydney when the Newcastle one hit. And I was working for Sizzlers, the food restaurant chain. And I was in the kitchen, and we had these big steam kettles to heat up the soups and the pasta sauces. And it was like an old pressure cooker where you actually pulled a chain and it let the steam out before it exploded.
You can see where this is going. Go.
Yeah, well, I actually thought it was that, so I just ignored it. I just thought, I've got to let the steam out and let the steam out of these kettles, and just ignored it. And then I was 19, okay? You got to understand, I was an immature, giggly, stupid blonde bimbo, 19-year-old, and the manager came out and said, "Did you feel that earthquake?" And I started to freak out, as a stupid blonde bimbo 19-year-old would. But then, so I was sitting at home last Wednesday, and I, as you probably know because I go on mute, is I live right near a train line. So there's heaps of noise when a train comes past. I always get to know because the crossing's only over there. Like, I can stone's throw away, and the lights always come on and make that ding 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 noise. But it's also a main road of that where the crossing line is, so there's trucks going up and down there all the time. And before this earthquake, before the house started to move, there was a rumble. So I just thought, God, it's a big freaking truck. And then the windows started to buckle, and I've got floor to ceiling windows, and I was like, it's a big freaking truck. Like, it's making my windows rattle. Yeah. And then it hit me that it was an earthquake. And I tried to get up from where I am to check on my son, and you couldn't even stand up. Like, it was moving that bad. And I can tell you the difference between, and I've been told from somebody who has gone through both, this went for longer and was a lot more shifting
right
and forwards. Right. So it was kind of freaky. And all I could imagine in my head, 19-year-old blonde bimbo came back, was my windows imploding on me.
Well, you don't want glass coming down. Right.
I've got a 2-story townhouse, and all I could see as I'm on the top floor is my floor collapsing.
Mm.
You have it went for 30 seconds, and all these images go through your head.
And one problem, because Australia rarely has earthquakes, the buildings aren't really built
We're
for
not built for it.
No, I believe they're saying that new buildings are zoned for 7 now, but on the Richter scale. But that's only relatively new buildings, and certainly a lot of the last 10 or 20 years.
This is a new house. I don't even think it'd be about 18 months, 2 years old.
Oh.
But trust me, a lot of it was put together with spit and a prayer. I live in a suburb where there's a lot of spit and prayers, and that's just the people. But it was still, it really, really was a freaky moment. And it took me, blonde bimbo, overreacting drama queen, it took me a good hour to sort of calm down and physically stop shaking.
Imagine it'd be awful. I've never been through a significant earthquake. I've only ever lived in places that are geologically stable, as it happens.
I felt the tremors before. Like, I think we've all felt tremors. And it really just does feel like a heavy truck's going past. But this was like shift. And even I live near a pond, and I was surprised none of the concrete split, the footpath, none of the concrete split. So, because it was that jarring. I mean, as you said, we're not built for it. Australia's not built for earthquakes.
No. And while we're talking about various topics, everyone may notice that I have a scar on my cut. I really did get this shaving. I've actually shaved a beard off, which will lead into our next topic shortly. There was a bit of dark humour going on before we started recording about how I might have got that and domestic violence, but it's really I shaved a beard off badly.
We wanted to show you that how violent women can be, so I flew up to Queensland, broke quarantine, broke your lockdown rules, flew up to Queensland, belted them around a bit, and flew back down.
No, I just managed to cut myself shaving quite badly. So I was shaving the whole beard off. Which leads on to the next topic, because I had to delay shaving my beard off for quite some time because I had a feeling something like this might happen. And we've just completed a bunch of ICMI videos, and I didn't want this to appear at any of those. So Natalie and I have been doing quite a few of them.
We've done it. So one of the things that we were talking about before we started was I've seen you more times in the last 2 weeks than I have any other time. And like we were touching base almost every day.
Exactly, that's right. For the week, we were really running a video pretty much once a day, most days. A couple got rescheduled on the weekend and had to be done later. But yes, we got through quite a few. We did Kevin Donnelly, who's an education expert. Jerome Tilak Singh, who's from the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, he is amazing, and I believe he is looking forward to coming on to the Tackle Box.
Yes. So yes, that's right. Yes, Jerome is going to be joining us on the Tackle Box, and yes. So I've known of Jerome for a number of years, and I've spoken to Jerome via email and so forth a few times. And I have to admit, I didn't realise this. Jerome was much younger than I thought he was. I thought he was going to be, actually. I imagined that he was quite a bit older.
Well, you sent me the link on the day that we were interviewing. Because of time zone, we were interviewing quite late our time, like 11 p.m. from memory. Went for a good hour by the time we got everything done. You sent me a link about him, and it was just the link that you sent me was just about him with his West Indies, because he's a professor in the West Indies University. And I sort of glanced over, and it did have a lot of topics that we do discuss, which I thought brilliant. But I didn't know that he basically
reinvigorated.
Yeah, reinvigorated International Men's Day.
That's right. So International Men's Day was started before Jerome got involved, but it sort of petered out. It was run in 1992 from memory. Petered out. He reinvigorated it in 1999 on a different day than the original 92 day. So he's really taken charge of that modern series that we've got now of International Men's Day, 19th of November, and it's now, of course, celebrated all around the world.
Yeah, I mean, we won't spoil it, like discuss what he discussed, but it was.
You just have to watch the ICMI video.
Yeah, when he came on, it was when this was sort of getting discussed, it was like in the back of my head, it was like, this is him. Like for some reason, I thought it would have been some American that people in our world had all heard of. I didn't think it would be this professor from literal island paradise, which I thought was amazing. But so he was somebody else that we interviewed, and then you're going to have to remember the names because I suck. But we had the last one we discussed was domestic violence, and we had.
So we had so we had Not a Man in the video, and we had Faith in the video.
Faith. Oh.
Yep. So yeah. And we also had a parental alienation video where we had Amanda Sellers.
Yeah, and I believe she's wanting to do the tackle box as well.
That's right, she is, exactly. That's right.
So we've got a couple of people from doing these ICMI videos, which my understanding will be out in November.
Yes, that's right. November 18 to 21, the videos will be released.
Excellent. We've actually got a couple of people who are looking forward to being guest host.
Or guests on the show.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly.
But it'll be round table. That's what we do. We're all host each other.
And I was really, really happy with the interviews and how they went, and the roundtables and how they went. I think that the flow was really good, and the content was absolutely amazing. Really, even better than I could have hoped. So, something to look forward to in November.
Yeah. So, as much as the people that watch us don't think we've been around, we have been. We just haven't been able to do this for a couple of weeks.
Exactly.
Because we have been working on other videos. That's and right. When it comes to Wednesday night, like, I put my makeup on every time I do a video. Like, my skin was just like, what the hell do you think you're doing? You don't do this to me. Yeah, you're 50. We got to look after your skin, even to the point, like, I got a dot that I can't get rid of. It doesn't matter how much makeup I put on me, because there's like a 3 inches just there. Like, I could have done this for you. I could have covered up where I beat you up.
Okay.
But we have, we just want to do a quick one tonight to let you know that what we've been doing. We will be back to normal next week. Work's back to normal for me. I'm assuming life's back to normal for you, Rob.
I'm feeling quite a bit less stressed now that the ICMI majority of the ICMI videos are over. So there's a little bit more for me to do in terms of ICMI organisation, but that's the bulk of the videos. There may be 1 or 2 more, but they'll be spaced over a few more weeks.
Yeah. Piece of cake, yeah. We sort of had a cluster of them
exactly
in a couple of weeks. So, but we look forward to Jerome and Amanda. Yes, I got the name right. And we'll let you know in the coming weeks when we're going to have them on. Obviously, with Jerome, it's going to be pre-recorded simply because of time zones.
Exactly, that's right. Yeah. Be too difficult.
But anything else, we're still going to try and keep live because we want people to interact with us. But we've gone over 15 minutes. We've talked about earthquakes. We've talked about riots. We've talked about ICMI 2021.
That's right. November 18 to 21. So keep an eye out.
Yeah. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we will see you next week. Hopefully, both Rob and I will be without dots and shaving accidents. I'm just going to milk that for as long as I can.
Sure.
Okay, so I will see you next week.
All right, talk to you then.
Okay.
Bye.